Let me start with a small quote. Vejjama Sankara Apndena Sampadeta. These were supposedly the last words of Gautam Buddha before he attained his parinirvana. And ever since, scholars both from the East and from the West have come up with their own interpretations of this original text in Pali. And allow me to pick one interpretation, which I think is very apt for all the ideas that are presented today and what I'm going to talk about. And that is manage chaos through diligence. If I could leave behind anything today, and I think you will see that idea resonate, and that is diligence, perseverance is what pays it out. Universe of startups is no different. It constructs, deconstructs, reconstructs. We as humans are here to persevere through diligence towards our intended goals and deliverables. I'm Naveen Garg, co-founder at a startup called NLP Core. We are a natural language processing, machine learning, and AI-based platform building a collaborative task management product, namely My Tasks, that brings together project-related information from documents, email messages, and chat messages alike, making project management more effective. I'm super excited and humbled and honored to be here, share the stage with many of the esteemed audience and speakers, and allow me to share my experiences and my learnings by building software products that are deployed and used world over. When it comes to running a startup, building a project, I will distill it down to three key ingredients, and these will resonate with many of the ideas you heard today. And these are, put simply, product, process, and people. I'm sure you have been to many of the marketing classes, and back in the days, those were 4 P's of marketing, and now there are 7 P's of marketing. And many of these product definitions include, people and process under the umbrella definition of the product. Allow me to take these 3 and keep them apart and share my learnings and experiences across them. Product, put simply, is those WH questions that someone brought up earlier on. Who is it for? What are their needs? How does it, the product, serve those needs? Who would pay for it? How much would it cost? When will it be ready? And equally importantly, how does it compete in the marketplace? By looking at and answering any of these questions, you could come up with a very well-defined, articulated product definition. It's important to note that this definition applies equally well to an internal deliverable or just as well to a packaged product that you either ship to a customer or deploy in the cloud. Also, as a team member and a team leader, you should be aware of your minimally viable product. That is, what are the utmost, most important features for you, minimal features that you need to have, and what are its unique selling points. Lastly, this definition throughout the life cycle of the product, that is from its inception, its release, its maintenance, its retirement, or reinstatement for that matter, can change at any point of time. And as you heard today, as a part of reinventing yourself, do not fight that change. Be ready to embrace it, re-examine, revalidate, but do so when you have new data or new evidence. That is, a plan. You change it only when you have new data. Let's talk about process. It's all about diligence. A set of repeatable steps that you can rinse, reapply to any deliverable and drive it towards its meaningful conclusion. To begin with, you chunk it up, your deliverable, into If you are a waterfall model proponent, into milestones. If you have preference for agile methodologies, these would be sprints. Either you're managing the scope or you're managing the time intervals. Either ways, make sure you have a well laid out plan for that chunk. What do I mean by that? That is, if there are feature sets, make sure you actually have spec those out. You don't have to write thesis describing those features. This could be simply UI mockups. This could be storyboards. Or this could be a bullet list of items that you want to build on those features. Along with that, make sure you have a design document of how you're going to build those features. Equally important is having a test plan. Make sure your engineers, your developers are actually writing test cases as they are building the product, building those features. We have something called CI/CD, that is continual integration, continual development. What that means is not only your developers are building individual features, the entire subset of the features, that is your half-baked product, you build it continually during its implementation phase. You test this continually. And as you find bugs or code defects in this half-baked product, those become your top priority defects that must be fixed before any new line of code is written. What it does is improve overall quality of the product continually. Of course, in theory, this works great. If every software or a startup ran like that, we would have successfully shipped the products. Let me digress a bit and talk about a couple of anecdotes. Now, this will date me here. In the early 90s, Microsoft had a product called Windows 3.1, Windows for Workgroups. Bill Gates then decided to hire a team from DEC, helmed by a personality named David Cutler. I'm sure you can find it in Wikipedia these days now. We started building a new product called Cairo. And in one of those early, famous Bill G review meetings, we presented, or Dave Cutler's team presented its new Windows experience. And one of the senior executives, Brad Silverberg was his name, he looked at that experience and he said, we can run with this. He took that experience, took the DOS-based Windows operating system, slapped them together, started a new project called Chicago. If you look at the distance of Redmond, Seattle, where Microsoft is based, versus Cairo in Egypt, versus Chicago in Illinois, you can imagine the